Philip Martin has a passion for Mexican food. But his quest to find an authentic corn tortilla in Europe resulted in him setting up his own food production business in Clonmel.
It would have been easier, of course, to just bring the tortillas straight from Mexico or California or anywhere in the US. But it's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to produce this pure product. There's just 3 ingredients: corn, water and lime.
Philip was determined to learn what was involved in making a genuine corn tortilla. So he went to Mexico.
I spent about 3 months between the farms, learning how they grew, harvested and identified the right varieties of corn or maize to make the corn tortillas. Then went from there to the molinos, basically where they turned the corn into corn dough or masa through this process called nixtamalization, which is basically cooking of corn in a limestone solution. And went from there to the tortillas, where we learned how to turn the cooked ground corn dough called masa into tortillas and tortilla chips.
That was 2013, and when he came back to Ireland, Philip set about raising finance to turn his business idea into a reality. He used crowdfunding, and through this met former Dawn Fresh Foods CEO Jerry Raftery.
Well, I retired in 2012. I was doing a diploma in wine, keeping an eye on business, thinking of doing some food consultancy. And one day I saw on the AIB FX Centre website a little story about Blanco Nino raises money on crowdfunding. So, a bit of Googling, I discovered they were going to do Mexican food, and I said, I've done Mexican sauces, maybe they'll need a consultant. So I invested a few pounds or a few euros. And then Philip rang me to thank me, said, could we meet? And here I am. It's low fat, low sugar, low salt, gluten-free, and it's GMO-free. So it has got 3 ingredients: corn, water and lime. So you can't get simpler than that, and it tastes good.
I pulled together a really fantastic team, including Jerry Raftery, the former CEO of Dawn Fresh Foods, who's our operations director, Aidan O'Byrne, the former CFO of Valio Food and the co-founder of Love Irish Food, who's our non-executive financial director, and then found a home for ourselves in Clonmel here, where we've had phenomenal local support from the LEO, the local enterprise office. It's been pretty mental. Like we now have 2 distributors in Ireland. We have 2 in the UK, 1 in Finland of all places, 1 in Germany, 1 in the Netherlands, and we've got plans to enter the Swedish, French and Spanish markets.
And what about the possibilities for Irish farmers growing corn for the company?
The original idea of Philip was that we might be able to grow our own corn, which would have been a fabulous idea. But I think our rainfall levels and our lack of sunshine will probably prevent us from getting that part of the dream. You need a continental climate, dry, hot summers to grow that corn and to dry it out. But we're not saying never. I mean, there are guys down in Wexford experimenting with it, so we haven't closed the door, but it's hope.
It may be early days for Blanco Nino, but the positive reaction to the product would suggest further success.
Everyone who tries the product wants it. Anyone who understands it respects it. And we're going in the right direction. We're going into new markets at a rate we didn't expect. We're seeing demand across Europe, so it's looking very good, but again, it's very early days and it's still quite small.
So let's wish Philip Martin the very best of luck with his fledgling business, a young man with lots and lots of energy. At this point,